What's up, everybody? It's your girl Shar, and I just want to thank you for tuning into the Surviving Your 20s podcast. Like, we're on episode 3, and these episodes are just getting better and better every week. I am just overwhelmed with the amount of love and support, like I said last week. And so this week, I came with a banger, okay? I made sure that I got up and I put on my makeup. I got my nails done. I got little rings on. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to redeem myself from last week because I was battling with imposter syndrome. Like, I was just not feeling it, but I still showed up anyway. So I hope that that was a blessing and a lesson for you guys and to you guys. Can you believe how amazing God works? Last week, I was just like, oh, I celebrated 10K. I woke up this morning, y'all. Not only am I celebrating 16K followers, but both of my reels back to back went past 1 million. Somebody play, he'll always get the glory. Oh, Jesus is mad good, y'all. That's not the song I wanted to sing. He'll always get the glory. I ain't gonna sing it this time. No, God is so good. Literally last week, I was just celebrating 10K. I come back to 16K, which I don't really, not saying that I don't care about my followers, but it's just like, wow, I'm meeting all my goals. But to see that people are seeing content that I made that is like godly content, and this is what I wanted to do for a long time, it really excites me. And so I just want to encourage you guys to follow your dreams. Like, there are things in life that are actually achievable. I remember writing these things down 2-3 years ago. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have these goals, and just to see them like even coming to life, even if it's just in a little form, it feels amazing. All right, so another update, guys. I hosted my first show. Look at me hosting a show. It was a fashion show. It was the Imago Day fashion show, and it was for Be the Light. So they're a clothing brand, and it's a clothing line. So I'm going to shout them out on Instagram. Their Instagram is Be the Light _VXVI. Listen, that show was amazing. I was just so excited to be around creatives and people who have clothing lines, and they're not competing with each other. Everybody knows what they have. They know what they bring to the table, and they were just uplifting each other and even encouraging people in the audience to start something. So I guess that's what the mojo is for this week. Start something. This podcast drops on a Wednesday. You don't have to start something on a Monday for it to come through. You could start something on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, on a Friday. You could start something even before 2022 happens. So I was just really inspired, and I did trip, y'all. I did trip. I tripped. I fell over a light, but I tried to make a joke out of it, and it was kind of funny. But other than that, I really didn't have any hiccups, you know. I got styled. It was real fun, and it was real cute. Okay, so that's another update for you guys. Do I have any other updates? I'm pregnant. No. Got him. Oh, okay. I have another update for you guys. Well, it's not really an update, but I'm just giving you a rundown how my week went. I actually was shooting for some kids. I was shooting for some kids, like not shooting like with guns, but pow, 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 like shooting with my camera, obviously. And y'all, that gave me a run for my money. Like, I could literally rip off my wig right now. Like, my edges are gone. My wig is fixed back, Karen. Y'all, all right, I fixed my wig back, but let me tell y'all, them kids, they drew every last piece of my edges out. So I did that, but it was kind of like interesting to see how I work with kids. If you guys don't know a little background or history about me, I worked with kids at 17 years old. So I had to really lie about my age. Yeah, I know I'm Christian. I shouldn't lie. Yeah. But I was lying about my age because these kids will try you. If they know you 17 and working with them and they're like in 5th grade, they're like, oh, you know, she's like my older cousin. I was like, yes, I'm 28. So I know how to deal with kids, but I haven't been in the flow for a long time. So especially like holding a camera and directing with a whole bunch of kids. Oh God. Thank you, Jesus, for the experience. But I ain't have no kids anytime soon. Okay. Now that we're done with the updates, I would like for you guys to update me. You could shoot me a DM, tell me how you feeling, how's your week going. I actually do respond. I respond to people because I'm human as well. So yeah, tell me how your week was, how it went, and everything like that, because I'm super interested to hear. So guys, let's get into the topic for today. Now, this is some deep stuff. Like, I'm really gonna be coming for y'all. Like, I'm gonna snatch y'all wigs off with this one, right? I'm gonna make you get real hot and uncomfortable, because we're talking about relationships, how to get into a relationship. The girls out here need help. I needed help. Okay, I was out here. When you ever look back and you look at the creation that you have dated, like, you ever look back and say, I was really with that person? And you look back and you say to yourself, wow, they was not even up to my standards. Like, where I'm at right now, I would never even look at them, you know? And so sometimes we date from a place of where we are and not where we're trying to go. Now, granted, there are some people that you can grow with and do all that stuff, but we're going to focus on how to get into a relationship, the actual steps that you need to take. And ladies, the steps that you need to take are with yourself. Okay? With yourself. You have to set your value. For too long, we have been walking around and allowing men to set our value. And we just go with the flow. If he like this, I like it too. If he says do this, I might do this too. So I'm gonna start you guys off with a little story time, okay? A little story time. So last week, I really discussed how I was brought up. I gave you an insight that I was hanging around person A's and stuff. And so this same scenario, the same rules apply in this situation, because I was a Christian girl. It's not that I was. I am still a Christian girl, okay? I was a Christian girl, and I was dating someone who wasn't Christian. But in my head, I believed that this person I could change them. And how many of us believe that we could sit around and change a man? Don't be shy. Put your hands up, girl. I know right now you still working in a tow truck ministry trying to pull Daquan along. I know you. I see you, girl. If that's your ministry, fine, but it ain't mine. I was really a tow truck, and I was trying to pull this person into my life. But guess what, guys? I compromised my value. I was saying like, hey, I could go to the club with him. I smoke a little Zaza. That was me. And went to sing praise and worship the next day. Whoo. Yes, I'm confessing. I'm talking the truth. I'm married now, so I could talk my talk. But literally, I went to the club. I smoked. I, did stuff that I really shouldn't have been doing, especially as a Christian. You know what I'm saying? All my Christians, you out here, you ever slipped up and messed up? Yeah. So this person, I was a part-time Christian. I clocked in on Sundays only from 12 to 3, sometimes 5 if a prophet came. So Kara said I was a part-time Christian. Indeed I was, y'all. So I was talking to this person, and guess what? He only came to church one time. And in my head, I'm like, I could make it work. I can make it work. Once I show him that I am down to ride it out, he's going to come and we're going to give up this lifestyle, and then we're going to have a family, and it's going to, what? Do you even hear all right. So, literally, the more I indulged in relations with this person, the more I slipped away from my Christianity. And that actually never happened. He never came back to church. I went to the club more times than he came to church with me. So that's to say, like, my method obviously wasn't working. And I'm not afraid to admit that it didn't work. But there are a lot of women out here who are still compromising their values, their beliefs, because they believe that if they hold out long enough, this man will change. Absolutely not. Ladies, we have to understand that how you start a relationship is literally how it's going to end. However you got that man, that's how you're going to have to keep him. I'm sorry to tell you, there's no other way. So if you started out smoking that reefer with him, you can't be like, oh, I'm changing now, baby. I'm changing now. I don't want to smoke no more, and expect him to give up the reefer. You can't do that. If you went in and you having sex with this man, you cannot go back and say, baby, I'm a holdout now because I'm Christian. No, babe, sometimes you're going to have to leave. Real talk, because once you have given him access to something, why would he then now wait and hold out for it? Okay, so however you got that man is literally how you're going to keep him. And we have to realize that we are the people that set the price. Now, your price is important. It sounds weird for me to compare you guys to prices, right? Like, oh, we're just an item at a shopping mall. But I'm just trying to get you guys to, I'm using this verbiage to get you guys to understand that your price equals your value. If you going out for some cheap, that's your price. And if you're smashing for a bag, that's your price. I don't want you to think like, oh, I got a Chanel bag, I'm popping, I'm cute. No, baby, that's your price. And so we have to really understand, like, am I priceless or am I just worth a Chanel bag? Let me just say this, because some of y'all might be like, oh, you lying. Like, I know women who changed the man halfway through and he turned his life. Baby, who got 15 years? Not me. Who was waiting 15 years? The agreement, all right. You might not believe. Let me get an example. Let me get a real good example for you guys. Because you yourself was in an agreement when you decided to shop and get plastic bags for free. You got them for free now, right? All your life you've been walking around getting plastic bags for free. Now, New York, and I'm sure in a lot of places, we're going what? We're going green. We're going green. But the cost of going green is now detrimental for me, because guess what? I don't want to pay for no bags at the checkout. I don't want to pay for no bag at the checkout. I go to Target, and God, work on my heart, because I be lying. I pick out stuff. They be like, how many bags did you get today? I put 0. I am not paying. Well, I got to pay now because y'all going to hold me accountable. But it's hard for me to pay for a bag, knowing that I got it for free. Less than 2 years ago, I was getting this thing for free. Now, why are they changing up the agreement on me and want me to pay? I would much rather cheat the system, one, or go out with the stuff in my hand than pay for. And the cashiers too, they be like, you want a bag? Like, miss, you know I need a bag. But it just hurts my heart to know that I now have to pay 5 cents, 25 cents, 35 cents. And now they got reusable ones too. Now, let's talk about it. This bag, 5 cents. I paid 10 cents to get 2 bags. Now, and you got to double the bags too. Now, I was getting this for free 2 years ago, y'all. Why in the world am I having a hard time accepting the fact that I have to pay? Because I got it for free. And that's the same thing with you. That is the same thing with you. If a man you're doing his laundry, you're making him drive your car, you're giving him all the kunku, you're doing all these things for him for free 99, and now halfway through you're saying to yourself that I have value. It's like, now you're saying that you have value. Like, no, I was getting this for free. I was getting this for free. What changed? You're still holding the same stuff. You still got the same stuff inside. What makes you different now, baby? What makes you different now? The only thing is that you decided to go green. That's it. So now you had your go green moment, and you're like, forcing this man, he ain't listening to me. He's not listening. Girl, I'm trying with him. Y'all had an agreement at the beginning. And there's a silent agreement that you probably had with this man. You didn't know it because you didn't set your price. And here's one for the girls who's like, silent agreement? What is she like talking about? Girl, I'm telling you right now, don't worry, I'm getting to it. Silent agreement is, hey baby, what's the vibes tonight? Nothing. I'm just chilling with my friends. Oh, you want to come over? I got some Henny or whatever. I always say Henny, y'all. I'm from Brownsville. That's all I hear them say. Okay. Yeah, I got some Henny. You know, we could come and vibe out tonight. All right, no problem. You could come pick me up or whatever. And yeah, we could just chill and hang out. Baby, that was the agreement. That man had to, all it took was for a $35 bottle of Henny to get you to his house. That is a silent agreement. And whether you like it or not, that man will now, all right, now say you actually took that upon yourself to go to his house. You vibe out. Y'all living y'all good up life, right? And now you're mad because he's not taking you out on dates. The date was the Henny. That was your price. Now you're like, girl, I wish I could get wined and dined. And sometimes literally I see this all the time where women are like, oh, she's a little uglier than me, or she don't got a nice body like me, but she has set her price. So yeah, he left you for somebody a little not up to par, but she has her price. She is valuable. Not everybody had access to her. That is her price. She said, so you guys, all right, I'm going off on a rant, but you might be asking me, how do I set my price? Literally. You set your price by telling yourself what you do stand for and what you're absolutely not standing for. And that goes with dating, that goes with talking, that goes with if somebody wants to meet up with you. Wherever you go, you set your value. Let me be honest with y'all. We like to use this word, oh, we vibing, we just chilling, okay, we just vibing. What is that? What is a vibe? A vibe, we could vibe to music. We could vibe at a baby shower. We could have a vibe in our room by ourselves. What is a vibe? That is not a relationship status. And I'm so angry at the girls because you guys have made it into one. We're just hanging out. We're vibing. What? That has no clear meaning. And so we're going and getting attached to someone that just wants a vibe. And granted, guys, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but a man, he's vibing with you and you're catching real feelings. Because let's be honest, women are way more emotional. We're way more in tune with our emotions. So that's why we have to preserve our hearts and guard it with all that we have. Because at the end of the day, you could be caught up in a vibe and you're actually catching feelings while he's still in the vibe. And so now you're growing feelings. You're thinking that you guys are in a relationship in your mind. And then when you say, oh, you're not doing this, that, he like, yo, man, chill. We just vibing. We just vibing. And you're confused. The reason why you're confused is because vibing is not a relationship status. I hate to break it to you. It's not. Chilling. Let me tell you something about your 20s is if you didn't have anyone to tell you, or maybe you had parents that did tell you about relationships but didn't go in depth, like you have to really be specific about what you want going in at the beginning, from the get-go, from the jump. Now, if a man tells you we're just vibing, know this, that you would have to leave before he makes you his girlfriend, because you already accepted the just vibe as a relationship status. There's nothing more for him to do. Not every guy that you see is nice and cute and attractive you should talk to, or any guy that wants you should talk to. Oh, I'm a hot girl, I be dubbing. I turned down like 5 dudes today and I like kept 3 of their numbers. I got this one's doing my hair, this one's doing my nails. And for all my hot girls out there, because I was one of them, I changed my life, praise God. God turned me around. I was a hot girl, like whatever that means though, right? To you, because to me, I was just like, people, when I say hot girl for me, let me define it. For me, it was just men calling out to me. I was constantly just grabbing men's attention and I just saw that I was the hottest thing moving, okay? You couldn't catch me down picking. I was fire. I was on fire. But let me tell you something about men. A man will call to you, okay? I do pillow talk with my husband. I would hope that you have pillow talk with yours too. Okay, don't be pillow talking with no boyfriend now. All right? So Mind you, let me not even say pillow talk. Get out that man house. There ain't no pillow talking with nobody. The only talking I should be doing is in church. Shanda Boshai. All right. Now, let me say this. I spoke to my husband and he's like, yo, let me tell you, men do like the law of averages. So if I holler at 10 girls, 2 might answer. There's no intention behind it. There's literally no intention behind it. Very few you will see a man catcalled, because it's catcalling you with an intention. Let me be honest. Men see you and they are attracted to you from the gate. They are attracted to you from the JUMP. You know what I mean? So you should not be sitting here like, oh my God, like 10 men called out to me. Oh my God, like I'm the hottest thing moving. No, he called out to you. And once you turn the block, he called out to somebody else. And so I'm saying to you, you come out in pajamas, men catcall. You come out in a dress, men catcall. That's what they do. You cannot let it get to your head and say, "Oh my God, I'm a hot girl and I'm the hottest thing out here in these streets." Because 9 times out of 10, it's all in your head, baby. Usually, when you're a hot girl, you have a problem setting your value and your price, because you believe that a man calling out to you automatically makes you valuable. You have not done any work, inside work or outside work. You don't even know how to cook or clean, but I'll get there later. But somehow you feel as if you're valuable based on the way men desire you. Now, a man being with you and a man desiring you is two different things. Like, women, we kind of intertwine that stuff. We kind of like, oh, I love you and I desire you. We kind of put it in one category. A man desiring you and a man wifing you is two. Listen, it's so far, okay, with them on the totem pole. So a man who is searching for someone to date, or maybe even someone to chill with or get to know, let me say that they're going in because they like you already. They saw you, they asked you on a date, you're here. You get on the date, that's when he's going to try to figure out your price. He's going to see if you're the type of girl that will go home with him on the first night. Or even better, if you're the type of girl to even say yes to the date. Some men don't have to, like I mentioned before, some men don't even have to take you on a date. You're just ready from just a bottle of Henny. Now, that's where he sets your value and your price. And I'm going to give you another example as it relates to bags. Everybody is going crazy over a Birkin. Everybody wants a Birkin. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, I heard you can't even walk into the store and get it. Like, you really have to be in that type of circle to get a Birkin bag. You have to have a certain status. You have to have a certain tax bracket to get a Birkin. And I mean, it's a really desirable bag. But guess what makes a Birkin a Birkin? Not everyone has access to it. Not everyone can just go in and grab it. But guess what? There's also a bag sitting on the shelf of Target, Bobby's, Rainbow, the 99-cent store, that everyone can go in and have access to. And that's what I mean by value. Men are attracted to and take seriously the women who are not easily accessible. Accessible in the bedroom, accessible in, oh, I'm not just a cheap date, accessible in, oh, you can't just have this part of my time. That's who men take seriously. And so you cannot be walking around with a Bobby's, Rainbow, Target, 99-cent store type attitude and value and think that you're going to get a man who is going to take you seriously. Now, there's case. Now, this is for the women who want better. Now, if you okay with Daquan and Tyrone and all them people, that's fine. Cut the podcast off. But if you're a woman who wants a man with substance and a man to take you seriously, you're absolutely going to have to set your value. And so you want to aim to be the Birkin. You don't want to say yes to every man. You don't want to be that hot girl that lets the attention of a catcall get to your head, especially being young. And honestly, some of these men are weird and creepy. I was a young girl getting catcalled. I was catcalled before I even was a size B bra because that's men's nature. It's really disgusting to say. So that's why I'm letting you guys know in your 20s, don't take that stuff too seriously. Catcalling is not a form of a serious relationship. That's not how the start begins. Hey, yo, ma, like, I don't know, what type of men do you desire? I mean, if you want a really good man, I'm sorry, the catcalling definitely a dub. Let a man approach you properly. You don't even answer to a catcall because your price is so high. All in all, I want you guys to be the type of woman that a catcall doesn't get to you. It doesn't make your heart skip a beat because you know your price and your value and you've been working hard. You want to be the type of woman that is not laying down with everyone. I'm sorry. If a man is, especially as women, I know we're living in a society where they're pushing women are equal to men. And y'all gonna hate me for this one, but we're absolutely not. And I'm not talking about equal in like rights. I believe that we as humans, we have equal rights, but I believe that I'm accepting the role that I have as a woman and I'm letting my divine femininity work for me. Okay. I don't want to be a man. I don't want to lift heavy stuff. I don't want to be that person. And so I'm not fighting to be a man. I know that there are things that I have and things that I bring to the table. And I know there are things that a man brings to the table. And so I know that society is telling you that whatever a man could do, you can do. And that's just not true. And one being, we're super emotional. Two being, in one pretty much simple example, a man could have multiple partners and get all of them pregnant. You can only be pregnant one time per the year. That's the truth. That is the truth. Because we don't work the same. Our bodies don't work the same. Our emotions don't work the same. So as women, we have to understand that we have to set our price. You can't let anyone come into your space and dictate to you how they're going to treat you. You have to have that in your mind before they even arrive. All right. You know, I hated math as a child, but I've grown to love it more now. So let's do a little math together, guys. How many baby showers can you as a woman have per year? What's that answer? Did you say one? That's correct. How many baby showers can a man have a year? It's 5. Somebody said 5. Somebody said 10. Somebody said 365. Oh, all great answers. And they're all right. Women can only have one per year. A man can have as much as he wants. That's why I play my role. I know I can't. I can't give him 6 babies a year. It's just not physically possible. It's just not physically possible for me to have 6 babies a year unless they're in my stomach at the same time. But men, they can go around Africa, Asia, have multiple. And so as a woman, I understand my limitations and I understand that I'm going to play my role, period, point blank. And because women are so valuable, we are so valuable. And that's why I'm allowing you to see that you have to take care of yourself. You have to set your price and understand that a man is going to be a man, but he will take you seriously when he knows that you are valuable. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to get into a relationship, right? So, because that's the main thing, how to get into a relationship and how to set your price, which is really important. Okay. I know I went on a rant in the beginning, but it was a good one. And it's vital information for you guys to understand your worth and your value. So number 1 is know what you're getting into before you say yes. Absolutely. Remember that arrangement I spoke about in the beginning? Make sure that you have one, especially with yourself. The agreement has to be with yourself first. You have to say, I'm not doing this. All right. If you pick me up, fine. I don't have your own money too, because if you're going on a date, don't be afraid to leave halfway. If this person is not what you wanted or is not what you expected, who said you had to stay to the end? At least he'll be heartbroken on a full stomach. And you could pay for your half and leave and get up and bounce. Okay. And that's why a lot of relationships fail, because you guys don't have an agreement in the beginning. y'all just going in and just doing whatever, right? And even in the beginning of my relationship, I can tell you guys that I literally sat with my man. I sat with him and we discussed what we wanted to see during in a year. Where are we going with this? We're not just going to be, sitting here and talking about what we want to do with no intention behind it. We were absolutely intentional. So have intention and have an agreement so that if someone is not you now have a standard to hold someone up to, like, hey, remember you said X, Y, and Z? You remember you said you were going to do X, Y, and Z. Now we have an agreement. So now you can hold someone accountable and hold them to a standard. All right. Number 2, if it's not what you agreed upon, don't do it. Don't twist, don't turn, don't even compromise, because your value is going to decrease significantly. If I was saying I'm a Christian and I say I'm going to church on Sunday and I'm going to live a life for the King, and I'm living my life like that, but from Monday to Saturday I'm doing something else, and this person sees it, how are they going to take me seriously? They're going to be like, oh, like this Christian girl, like that Jesus you serve, we don't even care about him, because you're not even taking yourself seriously. So you cannot expect someone to take you seriously if you're not holding yourself to a standard and absolutely saying no to things you did not agree to. Okay, Netflix and chill, dub. Coming to your house, dub. It's not happening. You gotta be real, okay? Now, they have a saying, curiosity kills the cat. Literally. It kills. And that's a figure of speech. And it has a lot of meaning. So you figure out what cat it kills. Because you cannot be, it's like that person that's like, oh, I'm into everything. I'm just gonna date here, like 3 dates a week. Seriously? Are you hungry? Are you that hungry? That's why I'm going to invite a chef on so we can get some meals. Purpose Life Church, they have meals on Wednesdays. Don't do it, sis. Okay? 3 dates a week? No. Curiosity. You don't need to be on 3 dates a week. You cannot be that curious. You know what I'm saying? You cannot. What's going on? 3 dates? What are you doing, baby? 3 dates a week? That's 3 dates a week, 4 weeks in a month. You've just got 12 free meals. At this point, that person needs your HelloFresh subscription. Okay. Now, even if everything checks out, number 4, even if everything checks out, they're nice. You guys went through the whole my value, his value, what we want to see, what you want to see. Take your time. It's not gonna do you any harm to take your time, because in the span of 3 months you'll see a person's true character. Even from the beginning you'll see. So you gotta take little hints and say, I'm not gonna rush into this thing because I'm so valuable. Like the way you carry your bag from the 99-cent store is gonna be way different when you carry that Birkin. You're not gonna be like throwing it everywhere and bringing it. No, you're going to be like, you know what? I'm taking my time with this one. I'm not going to dump everything in that bag. I'm just going to, put a little perfume. I'm taking my time because I'm valuable. Honey. Okay. Double check, triple check, quadruple check. Check. Because some men be lying too. Let me tell y'all, they could put up a good show. So that's why I'm telling you, you have to really check and see where this person is. And I'm being honest because it happened to me. All right. People was checking boxes, and then come to find out if I put these people on blast, I know they're going to send me a cease and desist now. Cease and desist. No, because I ain't saying no names. But seriously, they would come in front and say they have car and it's their house, and come to find out you wearing 8. Okay. I'm not gonna go there. You got a fake Rolex and and cheap suits, and that's just the truth. And I remember, if you guys only knew my story, okay, because I know what a replica Rolex look like, thanks to someone who lied. Now, putting up a show. That's why I said triple check. Put that watch up. See if that Rolly TikTok, baby. Because sometimes they be lying. See if that chain, see if they shower with it, if it's going to turn green. Because I'm not going to lie. These rings are fake. This one is real. But these two are fake. It's turning green right now. You got to check. Triple check. In conclusion, The upside is to all of this that I'm saying is if you preserve yourself, if you preserve your value, you will always win in the end because everyone didn't have access to you. So indeed, when you do find that person that is willing to take you seriously, you're going to be so grateful that you didn't waste your time with people who really had no intention with you from the start. Nobody can point fingers on you and say, "Oh, I had you here." You're afraid to go into Shopper's World or Shopper's World. I thought I upgraded. You're afraid to go into the store because somebody you spoke to was there. You can't even walk freely because you were just cheap and selling yourself short and giving everything to everybody, and they really didn't deserve it. But what I'm telling you, in your 20s, you have to hold on to your virtue, as the old people would say. Hold on to what's yours, because at the end of the day, that's what you have. Your self-preservation is what's more important than anything. Not a man, not food, not a bag. You preserving yourself, because you are all you have. Once you're gone, and you're not coming back. So you cannot risk laying with anyone or being beside anyone or friending up anyone just for that sake. You have to really sit and say, I am valuable, so I'm not connecting with you because of just that reason. Now, that's all I have for I know I got deep at the end, right? Right, Kimani? Right. I got deep at the end. I have a guest here, my little friend. Clap for me. Yeah, live guest. Got a live guest here. So Kimani said I was super deep just now. You like the podcast? Okay, good. So, I just want to let you guys know that I want you guys to be valuable, and I want you to price yourself really high. So tonight's homework is to say, where have I felt like what's my value? What am I pricing myself as? Am I giving everything to everyone, or am I just, trying to work on bettering myself? Because at the end of the day, that's what's important. Ask yourself that one. Ask yourself, like, where did you fall short in valuing yourself, and why? Was it because your parents didn't tell you? Was it because of money, or, struggling, so you had to do something that you probably regretted to make ends meet? What allowed you to lose value, and what are some steps that you're going to take if you lost your value to get it back, to price yourself right? Are you going to read self-help books? Are you going to listen to more podcasts? Are you going to share this podcast with your friend? That's what I need you guys to do. So I'm so happy that you decided to join me for another episode. I know this was a lot. I know it's a lot to digest. I know somebody's wigs is already snatched, like mine. All right, so thank you for tuning into the Surviving 20s podcast, Surviving Your 20s podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Surviving 2.0 and send me an email. I want to hear your story. I want to hear feedback. I want you to go on the podcast app and actually rate this 5 stars. So the email is surviving20spod@gmail.com. So that's surviving20spod@gmail.com. I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget, like and subscribe and share with everybody that you know. And remember that you are valuable. See you guys later.